What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day here on Thornton Farm. As you can see, we are ready to go. I have just spent the last few minutes doing the final bits of preparation on the combine here this morning. It's been quite a slow start to the day. We've had there was a lot of dew and damp around this morning, so it's kind of kicked us back a little bit into when we could actually start this morning. And it's kind of, as you can see, it's led us into late afternoon now, but we are going to go and make a start. We're going to tuck into some of the rape around the farm here. But yeah, we just weren't able to get the early start that we would have liked. So we've got a few other jobs done around the farm here. We're just kind of waiting around, ready to go. And the time has come, so we're going to tuck in and we'll see what we can get done here. So we'll be taking, there's 2 fields of rape here we can tackle now. We probably won't get them both done today. Again, we're supposed to get it's supposed to turn quite damp early on this evening, so we're just going to have to push on and see what we can get done. We've got everything in position, and we've pretty much just been kind of tap dancing for the last 2 hours, just waiting to see if the moisture is going to drop at all. There's a very slight breeze in the air, which has helped us a little bit today. It's got the percentage down to, at the moment, we're hovering just around 14%, so we're in a good position. It could be doing, ideally I would like it a little bit lower, maybe 13.5, 12, but we can start here with 14 at least. Typically my contractors, my grain buyers at least, they won't accept any oilseed rape, but any of my cereal is actually over 50% moisture, so if we do have some pretty tricky weather conditions and we have to harvest before that, then we'll be looking to run everything through the dryer. But at the moment, luckily, we don't need to look at that too much, so that's good news. And what I'm going to do is hopefully just pull this back. I'm going to see if we can just move this header trailer out of the way, and we'll get ourselves set up here. Matt's parked on a bit of the wrong slope that will make this a little tricky. There we go. I'll give him a bit of room to move around that. And we'll go and move that tractor out of the way. So as you can see here, as you go and have a look at the crop, everything is being sprayed off about 10 days ago now, so it's all looking very good. It's nice and thick actually. Good population of plant stems. Nice tall crop, nice and even as you look across it there as well, which is very good news. As you look down at the bottom into the ground, there's very little trash there, very little detritus or green muck really that can kind of slow us down here and also hold a lot of the moisture in the crop, which makes it more tricky to cut. So it's good news there's none of that present. And what we'll do is just jump back into the voucher here. We might just get away with squeaking this around the hedge around here. For now, perfect. So we're not leading this very far, we're just tipping it into our stores today. So we don't need to worry about having too many of the guys on with tractors. We've got the voucher parked around the corner there with the header on, with the trailer on, beg your pardon, so everything's ready to go. Combine's looking clean with the exception of the wheels. Everything's been serviced and checked. There's no issues we had to concern ourselves with. Mainly just making sure all the grease points have been serviced, check all the fluid levels, and everything was good to go. What we're going to do is just set this reel up a bit higher. There we go. Alright, let's see what we can do. I actually had a local farmer pop in and see me today because he saw we had the combine out and he saw that the rape was looking good. And there's always with farmers, there's always this unspoken contest really, where everyone wants to be the first one to harvest, but they won't admit they want to be the first. So I think I actually have just beaten them to it by about a day. I think he's not quite ready yet. So we're going to be on this one before anyone else around here at least, which is always quite a nice little moment to showboat. Okay. Just dial it back a bit. A little bit of a thick crop here. What a nice even flow coming through the auger on the headers. Don't want to jam anything up too soon. We are chopping the straw here. Once we finish this, we will be planting this straight into a winter wheat. So we'll be coming probably in the next few days actually. It's depending on how the weather holds out. We'll come in and we'll direct drill this straight in. We might run some discs over it just to see. It will all depend on how much trash we have on the surface first. But if there's too much, then of course we'll just come in and run a set of discs over that just to combat that. But yeah, we'll see how we're looking now. This was the kind of wet corner over here, so if it's going to have any troubles anywhere, it's going to be just in this little hollow to the left of the combine here. Anyway, we're looking good so far. So how are you all doing? Hope you're all very well. I'd like to welcome all of my new subscribers. Welcome along. Thank you very much for subscribing. I hope you enjoy your journey with me. There's been quite a few new guys and new faces appearing over the last week, so it's always a pleasure. I love that you've all subscribed, and I do hope you like all my content. If you do like it, if you do like to see anything else, or you have any comments, then please do drop a comment below, hit that like button and subscribe. And also, guys, if there's something you don't like or something else you want to see, let me know that as well. I'm open to criticism and feedback. I always want to know what you guys think. So if there's anything you're not quite happy with, then yeah, drop a comment below for sure. For those of you who have been asking, there will be some more Coldwood Park Farm coming this week. Typically that's going to be about once a week at the moment, but we will get something come to you there in the next couple of days, probably for Wednesday, I'd say at this stage. But yeah, we'll definitely be able to throw something up. I know there's a lot of work happening down there, so there's always plenty of things to watch out for. Nice thick looking crop here coming in, which is very good news here. It's going to take us a little while to cut it, so we'll have to go a little bit slower, but so far it's looking very good. Very, very good. So I was thinking the other day as I was servicing this combine up, this is going to be the third season with this combine. Now typically I always look to kind of replace my combines every 4 seasons really. I have a hire purchase system going at the moment with these where it allows me to replace my combines out every 4 seasons with limited costs really. So it's the manner in which we purchase these, it means that it gives us an option to release them and then to replace the combine. So by doing that, it means that you suffer less through the depreciation of the machine really. Now we were thinking, because we're taking on a little bit more land here and there, and so there's a lot more opportunity for crops, we're going to have to at some point think about maybe increasing the size of the combine. So that's when with the new land we've taken on at the moment, although most of it is sugar beet and potatoes, we will need to at some point look into possible upgrades. Something with a slightly bigger header. I don't want anything too big though, so the issue is that I want to find a nice, maybe something around 30 foot. At the moment we're around 25 foot header, so it would be nice to get something which is a shade bigger. But we'll see. For this season we'll be more than fine with what I've got here. So that field directly ahead, you can see there was the field we took the whole crop silage from. That disastrous escapade didn't really turn into the successful harvest I was hoping for, but we have some whole crop silage in the pit at least. It's something we can use moving forward. Maybe not quite as much as I would have liked, but never mind. yeah, at least it's in the pit now, and we can get to work putting something into that field. We might just put another cover crop straight into there actually, and that'll give us some added nitrogen into the field. Right, so whilst we make our way around the rest of this headland, I'm going to send it up into the drone, and we can kind of watch from up on high. Okay then guys, so we're just going to run around the corner here and get the tractor and trailer. Matt and Chris aren't here at the moment this afternoon. I sent them out at home because it's for the start of the harvest here. When we're working on rape, we don't really need to have a tractor driver at the moment. We're just going to put the 2 trailers into the field here, and we'll be able to operate with just those really. So for the time being, I'm going to send those boys away, and then they can rest and recuperate because, well, God knows it's going to get a little bit busy in the next few weeks. So probably going to be the easiest way. So we're going to drop trailer number 1 about here, and then we're going to go back and get the other one very quickly. Combine's got about 3/4 of a tank full in there at the moment, which for one headland is quite satisfying. You won't know the true yield till we get going a little bit more. We have got scales on the combine working there, but quite how accurate they are from one pass yet to be confirmed. So we will check that moving forward. Still got some soybeans in here as well, actually, that we're still waiting for my my contract to come through for those. Hopefully soon enough, because we're going to want the shed space very soon, I imagine. So we'll leave this one on the tractor, we'll just get ourselves filled up from here, and then we'll move on. Like I say, all of our rape at the moment is going to be tipped onto the floor. We don't need to worry about putting that anywhere or leading it down to the dryer, so that's quite nice. Just tip it on the floor and then we'll wait to get the news about the contracts coming through. Okay, everything's rumbling along quite nicely. What I think I'll do at this point, I'll put the camera down for a little while, we'll get cracking, and I'll join back up with you later on, see how we're looking. So we'll catch you in a little while. Well, welcome back everybody. We are making a little bit of progress, but I fear we're about to be stopped. As you can see, it's looking very dusky here, very, very dark and grey. We're making progress. We've finished the headlands. We're just starting to make our inroads into the field here, but the moisture is building up as the sun goes down. I think we've crept up to about 16% now in the last kind of half an hour, which is not ideal for us at all. So what we might do is we might just finish this up in the next few minutes. We'll see how we're looking when we get to the bottom there. We might do one more pass up and down just to take a little bit more off and fill that trailer up, I think. But yeah, so it's really kind of come back in at the moment. There's some huge, you can't quite see them through the roof of the cab here, but above the farm there's some huge big grey clouds starting to build. It's about 7:30 at night, so it was expected, it was forecast, but it's just coming in a little bit quicker than maybe one would have expected. But we made a good start. We made some inroads, so can't complain too much about that. So far going is good. We've got a nice thick crop, particularly in the middle of the field here. It's getting very thick. Expecting a relatively good yield there, somewhere in the region of about maybe 2.5 tons an acre, I think, at the moment, which for what we get on our land for rape isn't the worst. So we're going to see how we get on here. But yeah, we'll make one more pass up and down, then we'll probably call it quits at that. But as you can see, the sun's setting over there to the west, but it's just looking a bit ominous everywhere else at the moment. But yeah, harvest has started. That's the main thing. We've been able to get tucked in. Combine's running smoothly. It's just kind of getting warmed up now, really. But I have no complaints about how this is going. I'll just slow down here because it's getting a little bit thicker in here. Haven't seen many poor spots in the field. We did very well with the prevention of flea beetle in when it was established in the spring, or in the autumn, sorry. So there's no concerns about that. It's a good even crop throughout, nice and thick. Good yields, very little on the floor or any sign of any pods cracking open here. If you ever see, when you look at oilseed rape and you see it's like a white strip on the oilseed rape, that means that the pods have actually opened, and there's a risk that the rapeseed may no longer be in the pod and could have fallen to the floor. But right now we're looking very good, so I'm very happy with how that's progressing. And yeah, so all we can do really now is try and get this in as quickly as possible, and we'll be laughing, as they say. But for now, we're going to just finish up this top strip here. We do need to go into that field over there. That field's was sown a few days later and also sprayed a couple of days later, so it's not quite there yet. We might be able to get onto that tomorrow afternoon, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But when we checked that this morning as well, the percentage on that field was still way over 19%, so it still needs a few days of drying. Maybe it's come down a little bit today, but we'll check it kind of this time tomorrow afternoon, really, see how it's looking then. But we'll get to it, there's no doubt about that. In the meantime, everything is coming through very well. So I hope you've enjoyed everything you've seen today. I hope it's been insightful for you. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. do subscribe to Simulation for the Nation. There will be lots more content coming out this week, like I say. We'll probably be catching up with how harvest is going here on Thornton Farm towards the end of the week, but the rest assured we will be coming back to see that. I'll also release plenty of Instagram photos. I'm starting to get back into Instagram a little bit, so do keep an eye out for that. I'll pop the link into the description below. So keep an eye out on what's going on there. Keep an eye out on Twitter and social media for more updates. But I hope you've enjoyed everything you've seen this afternoon. And whatever you're doing, do stay safe, enjoy yourself. Until next time, happy farming.